All right, Remax Distinctive. This is Dan Bouchard again. I hope you're doing well. We're going to go over what a file looks like in the middle of the compliance process. So at the moment, what we've got is a transaction, an example transaction that I've got here. This is a listing of mine. It's an actual real live listing. And you'll see what the compliance process looks like prior to it being submitted to, prior to it being activated and approved by the compliance officer, which happens to be myself. So you'll notice here that all the listings are in here. All the listing documentation is in. And what we've got are either the paper clips represent the PDF documents that are here. So that has been submitted into the transaction. And so you'll notice that because if whenever you click attach, it'll put it in as a paper clip, and you'll know that is the piece that we're looking for. If there's an item that is required, like the understanding whom the real estate agents represent, Maryland law requires this document if there is a party that is unrepresented in the transaction. So in this case, all parties are represented because I'm the listing agent, I'm representing the seller, and another agent is selling the property, and that agent is representing the buyers. So all parties are represented. If one of the parties were not represented, then I would be using this form and adding it as a paperclip. But in this case, it does not apply. So I'm explaining to compliance why it is not necessary. In this case, all parties are represented is a valid reason. So that's going to explain that process. Consent for dual agency is a required document. It's attached. Open house disclosure. In this case, this was an estate sale that was a really distressed property. There was never going to be any live showings by myself or by open houses. So in this case, this was this was an appropriate answer for this section. Otherwise, I would have uploaded the required disclosure that's required to be posted in the posted publicly whenever you're going to show the property to unrepresented people. That's just part of Maryland law. Federal law requires that we provide the documentation of the protect your family from lead in the home. I've attached it here, and you'll notice that what I've done here is I have actually gotten my client to sign that so that I have evidence that I have provided the document to him. So this is very, very vitally important because we have to remember that there are treble damages for lead paint. And so if somebody were later to be were to suffer from medical damage from lead paint, and we had not properly disclosed the matters and not properly informed and provided the blue booklet as required by federal law, we could be liable for treble damages. And lead paint is one of those circumstances that could be into the millions of dollars if somebody is determined to be lead poisoned. So again, same thing applies with the actual disclosure. Here it is, and that's provided in the listing agreement. Come on, listing package. Well, it's there. I don't want to wait, but anyways, it is there. There it is. Okay, so it's there. That's uploaded. Again, in this particular case, this is a document that's required if there is a tenant in the property. In this case, it's not tenant occupied. In this case, it's a trust. This is a trust that is selling this estate, so the property disclosure is not required. The jurisdictional addendum is attached. The inclusions addendum is attached. The seller is a Maryland resident. And here we've gone into the financial condition that's attached, the notice to the buyer and seller that's attached. So accordingly, that is the way the file is currently looking. And I'll show you in a minute the example of what it'll look like after compliance reviews this and accepts it. All right. Have a great day.